Well, hey there. Let's look at our first language arts thing for today. Now, today in language arts, it's pretty cool because it's something you already pretty much know. We've been talking about it almost all year long. Now, today we're talking about reality. What's reality versus what's fiction? Now, reality is a fancy way of saying what's real, what's something that could really happen, and what's something that's non-fiction. Now, remember all year we've been talking about books that are fiction, which means they're made up. They're something the author came up with out of their own brain, or they're fake. So it's something silly, something that wouldn't really happen in real life. Versus books that are nonfiction, books that are full of facts, full of things that really happen, like the Bible is nonfiction, or a biography, the story of somebody's life is nonfiction, something that's real. Now, let's look at these three sentences together and decide if they're a sentence that would be reality or a sentence that would be fiction. Is it reality or is it fiction? Now let's look at the first one together. It says, my purple dog plays the piano. Would that be a sentence that's describing reality or describing fiction? You got it. It's a sentence that's describing fiction. It's something that's made up or fake. But what's made up or fake about it? Let's read it again and look at it. My purple dog. Uh-oh. Do you see something that's made up? I do. Purple? Are there purple dogs? Not unless you paint them purple. My purple dog plays the piano. Now, is there anything else that's wrong that makes this sentence fiction? There is. Did you spot it? It's right. Plays the piano. Can your dog play the piano? I didn't think so. Now, I play the piano, and I know some of you play the piano, but dogs do not play the piano. That's super silly. So the first sentence would be a fiction sentence. Let's look at the next one. Maisie drew a pretty picture. Now, is this sentence describing reality or describing fiction? You're right. It's describing reality because Maisie is a good artist and I'm sure she drew a pretty picture that's not made up, so it's reality. The second sentence is reality. Let's look at the last one. The cow drove the car. Now, we read Click Clack Moo as a class, but was Click Clack Moo fiction or nonfiction? Was it fiction or reality? It was fiction, you're right. So is this last sentence, the cow drove the car, fiction or reality? You got it. It's fiction. Why? You're right. Cows can't drive cars. That's super silly. All right. Can't wait to see you pick out the fiction sentences versus the reality sentences in this next part.